This is Eric, and I'm gonna be reviewing Pretty Soldier Sailor Moon R for the Super Nintendo. And I've played this game before with my sister, and right off it was a good game. It was pretty decent. It wants to be a side-scrolling fighting video game based off of the series Sailor Moon R from the show Sailor Moon. And basically, the main gimmicks is just mash a few buttons, and then you move on and defeat some enemies. The gameplay just repeats over and over again. And it's just, you just beat up a few bad guys, and then you just fight a boss battle. And usually the theme changes throughout each level. And one thing that I absolutely hate is that I kept dying throughout the entire game, and I had to start over from the beginning. Me and my sister kept raging a lot. It was pretty fun to see that you could play as some of the Sailor Scouts. So the story is pretty planned out. Chibiusa falls out of the sky, and you have to get her back home. But yet the Dark Moon Crystals you have to stop them from taking over Tokyo, Japan. And you have to play through the whole game. And it's basically like 4 or 5 worlds, and that's it. Like, why couldn't you make more than that? And the levels are just pretty much short. So let's talk about the characters. So basically there are like 5 characters you can choose from. But you can play as Chibiusa, but you can't play her with these characters in the actual story mode. She has her own story mode. And I have never played that before. And basically at the end of each cutscene, at the end of each boss and levels, you get this little cutscene of Tuxedo Mask right here. And basically you can see that every character has their own transformation. And it's pretty fun to see us watching it. The one problem that we had is that it didn't feel right playing a Sailor Moon game for some reason. We just didn't know why. And basically, the bosses were pretty easy. Some of them were pretty hard. Like I would say the last 2 parts were hard. Only the first 2 bosses were easy for us. And basically there's no credits at the end of the game, which I absolutely hate, because most of the games are pretty. That's my favorite part of each game. You just get an ending, and then it sends you back to the title screen. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is that there's a battle mode, and you basically just fight each other. And you can just play that for it's only like 3 rounds, and that's it. But there's no stinking, like, results screen or saying who won. You just gotta figure out who won. Just say you won. Well, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed. That's definitely... What do you think? You should just... It's kind of a buy. You can buy or rent it. But that was me reviewing that game. Goodbye.